Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube series on commercial diving school. My name is Alex. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe and leave a thumbs up on the video if you like the video. Really helps my channel grow and expand. So welcome to day number 2. Now something that I forgot to mention in day number 1 of commercial diving school is breakfast. They don't do, or I think they serve breakfast, but we didn't eat breakfast. We kind of just showed up at 7, and like I said, you park at the school on the first day, but I didn't eat breakfast. So if you want to go ahead and eat breakfast before you come in the next day or the first day, make sure you go ahead and do that. Now into day number 2. Now, first of all, now that it's day number 2, you have to, if you have your own vehicle, not everybody does because some people are living in the dorms, but for my situation, I'm living off campus, so I'm driving to and from school every day. So because I have a vehicle, they don't want you parking at the school. There's just not enough parking. So what they have is a separate parking lot, but it's a ways like down the road. They say it's about a mile, and I think they have 2 fenced lots down the road. And what they do is you park there in the morning, and then they run a shuttle to and from there, I think back and forth 3 times. So one, I think at 6:45, and then 7, and then one at 7:30. So I didn't know where that parking lot was this morning, so I had to figure that out. Just drove around until I found it, and actually found the second one, the one that is for line handlers, not divers. So I found the divers one. I actually parked in the line handlers one, and I'll fix that tomorrow. But you park there, and then you wait till the shuttle van comes and gets you, and then we took that shuttle to the actual school. And then when I got to school, it was around 7:30. I went ahead and ate breakfast. Now, before Corona hit, coronavirus, they used to do PT in the morning, and I think they started at 6, but now that they're not doing PT anymore, they're starting now at 8. So that's enough time to, 7:30, eat your breakfast. For breakfast this morning, they had eggs, they had French toast, they had hash browns, orange juice, all that stuff. So that's what I had for breakfast. And then immediately after we started, we went back to that same classroom as the day before, that we were doing our medical stuff, and we actually got to do something pretty cool. So we got to go into a hyperbaric chamber, and they pressurized it to 60 feet. So whatever pressure, I can't remember what the exact pressure, but whatever pressure is at 60 feet, they pressurized it to that. So the size of the chamber, they could fit about 5 guys in at a time, and they had one of the instructors, he went in. Since our group has 24 people, they did about 5 different groups, and each group, the instructor went in with each group, and he sat with everybody and made sure everybody was okay. And basically in the hyperbaric chamber, since it's adding more gas, more pressure to the hyperbaric chamber as you go down, or as they pressurize, and as you go down in depth, it's going to get hotter because there's more gas molecules bouncing around. It gets hotter in there, and you keep clearing your ears. So what I did is I plug my nose, and then I blow real hard, and then it clears your ears. And then after I did that like 4 or 5 times, I just kept swallowing, and that was able to clear it. And then towards the end, I think I used my nose a couple times. And then they say, is everybody, and then you hold the okay up sign to the instructor the whole time. And then they do this just so that everybody has a chance to see, like, because not everybody goes diving before. I fortunately have scuba dove a lot. So I've been down to 130 feet. I've dove 260 feet numerous times. So there's a lot of people actually in my class that have never dove before, not even snorkeled. I thought that was crazy. Yeah, anyway, but that's okay. You don't have to have any prior experience, but if you get in that chamber, that's what they're trying to look for. Like, do you have a problem clearing your ears? If you do, that's okay. They bring it up, back up to, say you're at 10 feet, you can't really handle it, you can't clear for some reason, they can go back up and they take their time and they'll help you out. So don't freak out if you get stuck at a certain depth and you can't clear, and they'll explain everything when you get here too. So don't think that you just have to rely on me too when you get there. And once again, this is all for CDA Technical Institute back in Jacksonville. And if you haven't watched my first video, go back and watch that one for day 1 and then come back to day 2. But it's all for Jacksonville, Florida, CDA Technical Institute. And like I said, don't rely on me. Once you get to the school, they'll explain a lot of stuff. I'm just letting you know beforehand, before you get there, in case you are one of those people that like to know all this stuff before you go, and like I am. And so after they pressurize it to 60 feet, they're gonna go ahead and depressurize. Now, depressurizing, after it was all hot in there, obviously less pressure, it's gonna get cooler, so it gets real cool and it feels real good. And on the way up, you don't really have to equalize or anything. Your ears kind of naturally equalize, so it kind of feels like a good releasing feeling when you go back to regular pressure. And then you'll climb out and go back and wait for the next group until everybody's done. And then after that, we went to a classroom and we basically talked about safety. And they actually talked a lot about so they're going to go over safety. Also, you're going to have homework. Our homework for the very first night was read chapter 1 of like a safety. You go over all the safety stuff in chapter 1 of one of your books. What was I gonna say? And they go over safety, and then after that, they try to give you a lot of breaks so you don't fall asleep, which is good. And but it's just all like the kind of book stuff first. They got to get through all that. That's kind of like your foundation where you start. You kind of have to get through that. It's the information side. But once you get through that, I'm sure we're gonna get to the fun stuff like really soon. But what I thought was cool is they kind of went over their experiences diving. So they talked a lot about offshore rigs, where you have like the oil rigs out in the Gulf of Mexico. They talked about a lot of experiences with that, a lot of experiences with safety, like mishaps they've gone through and stuff like that. The instructors should go over that kind of stuff. But one kind of side note they did go over, which I thought was really cool that they actually mentioned this, and I really wanted to know this. So is the fact that they said that towards the end of, now don't take my word for this, but this is what they said. They said that usually at the end of your, like when you're about to graduate or whatever, you should have like recruiters coming to, like, or scouters or whatever, coming to the school and talking to everybody. And I guess it's different companies that come out or sort of thing. And don't quote me on this, but they said they usually have people get hired like before they even get done with their, like, so before they graduate they have a job, which I thought was pretty crazy. And I also heard that the industry of offshore oil rigs in the Gulf of Mexico, it's picking back up. Like in 2016 it kind of started dying, and now it's starting to pick back up, so there's a lot more job opportunities is what I heard. And then so one of the other things I wanted to, and then they did mention tests. You're gonna have tests, like we're gonna test on safety. That's why we did the book stuff. But they said it's not that bad. If you're wondering if it's really hard or not, I did take notes. They want you to bring a notebook, so I did bring a notebook, and I like taking notes because I've been to college and everything, so I'm used to that. And so I know I'm gonna make a separate video on all the dive equipment because I know you guys want to see that, what did I get and everything, but I don't have that right now. What I do have right now is a full list of everything you get issued, and I have the price. So I'm just gonna go over the items that you get in your equipment issue. So you get your books, safety workbook and test logbook. So you get a 80 cubic foot cylinder, so you get one of those, that's $160. You get a cylinder 19 cubic foot, so a smaller guy, is $134.95. You get a dry suit, which is $800 exactly. You get one storm case. I think I mentioned that before. You get like a huge storm case. It's black and it's super durable. It could probably withstand the worst weather. That's why they call it a storm case. And it has tons of latches on it. That thing is $275. You also get a commercial weight belt. It kind of looks like a weightlifting belt, but it has huge lead weights on it to weigh you down. That's $388. You get a Scuba Pro Mark 11. I think that's a first stage regulator. That's part of your scuba stuff. So some of the stuff you're gonna get has to do with your actual like hat. They call it a hat, but it's your diving helmet. If you do more research on commercial diving, you know that they wear like diving helmets they call hats, and you don't get one of those. I'm gonna say that right now, you don't get one of those. But you do get stuff and equipment for that side of diving. Now the other side of diving is scuba stuff. So the regulator is part of your scuba stuff, and that is $445. You get an Octo, which is like a second stage regulator, so the mouthpiece, if you've ever gone scuba diving. That's $193.50. You get a Scuba Pro 2 gauge console, which is your pressure gauge, and it has a compass on it, I believe. I'm not sure. I'll have to look again, but that gauge is $145.85. You get a wrist compass, $59.95. You get a Pony cylinder sling, 19 cubic foot. So I think it's just a sling for the Pony bottle, which is $33.95. I'm just gonna round from now on the price. You also get a snorkel, that's part of your scuba gear, $12. You get a tool bag, so you get actual tool kit. So it's a separate bag from your storm case and all that stuff, where it's literally like a tool bag that you're gonna put all your tools in. That thing by itself is $40. You get a dive knife folding, so not a stationary knife, it actually folds, $20. You get a gear clip swivel brass. It's just like, you get like a lanyard with all these clips and stuff like that, and that's part of it. It's $8. the lanyard part I was just mentioning, that comes all in one cluster. Just that braided lanyard part is $61. You get a shackle. It's like it's a 1/4-inch shackle. It's like this big. That by itself is $8. You get a spud wrench, which is $35. You get a cushion wrench, adjustable 10-inch, $14. You get a 11/16, $3, 5/8, $3, 9/16, $3, 17 millimeter, $3. You get a wire stripper, $23. You get a cushion screwdriver, 5-piece, so it's like a combination of Phillips and a flathead, 5 different screwdrivers. Comes in a set, $14. You get diagonal pliers, $7. You get a carabiner. It's like a really weird word, but it's just like another clip, just a different design kind of clip. That's $3. You get a hex key folding, so just Allen wrenches, but they fold in. That's $7. You get, I don't know what OPV is. That's the only thing I don't remember, but I'm sure I'll touch on that later. But it's $10. You get another first stage DIN valve, $149.95. You get another additional pressure gauge along with your 2-gauge console. So this pressure gauge is $93. You'll get a bailout whip. It's just like a really short hose, but I think it's high pressure hose, so it's $80. Clink tank strap. I think you get two tank straps for scuba diving. That's $31. You get a water bottle. That's $6 by itself. You get a tally book, which is a cool like little notebook, and actually has their like insignia on the front, and it's gold. Just you put it in your back pocket if you want to take any kind of notes. That's $6. More books. One book is $72. The next one is $50. You get another one, $61, and you get another handbook, $92. So those are your books. You also get a work vest. So it's a Seahorse work vest, WV10. So it basically has a cushion in the back, cushion on I think both sides, and that you wear that when you go anytime you go like near water, for safety, so you don't fall in. I mean, not so you don't fall in, so that if you accidentally fall in, you float. That was $40. You get a hard hat, $12. You get glasses, $10. You'll get a clear pair of safety glasses and a shaded pair of safety glasses. They did mention that if you have like Oakleys or something, the front lenses are shatterproof, but the frames aren't. So if you try to bring your own, they got to be real special, like certified, and have all the numbers and all that. So you get a wetsuit top, $80. So you get a hanger with that. That's $10. You get a wetsuit bottom, which is another $80, and you get a hanger with that too. Really hefty duty hangers. You'll get wetsuit booties, $45. You'll get 2 pairs of North Flex gloves, $7.50 a piece. You'll get 2, I think they're like work gloves, True Fit. They're $13.50. You get coveralls, so kind of like the Navy's coveralls. If you look those up, those are blue, but the one you get is black, and it has their the CDA emblem on the back of it. That by itself is $60. You'll get hybrid socks, which are used to go in your boots. So you'll have like dive, they're not like scuba dive booties, they're more like work boots, but you use them underwater, and they said you use that when you're doing work on the bottom. So you get socks with that. So those they're called hybrid socks. They're $20 for one pair. You'll get the steel-toed fireman boots, like I just mentioned, are $24. You'll get a pair of fins. Those by themselves, scuba diving fins, are $145. You'll get a harness, which is $239. If you look up any kind of like safety harnesses, they're the same thing. They're really heavy duty, anytime you're working over the side kind of thing. They're pretty common. And then you get a BCD, and it's by Scuba Pro, and that one is $944. And then you'll get 5 t-shirts. So if you notice right now, I'm wearing one of the t-shirts. You get 5 of these. They're gray. They got the emblem on the back. They say CDA Tech. And they're $15 each, so you get 5 of them. And that's everything that you get issued to you. That was a long list, but we got through it. And like I said, I want to show you guys what we get, so you guys have a face to the name of everything I listed. I just want to give you guys an idea for now, but I'll make a whole separate video on like showing you guys each and everything, like holding it up and talking about it and what you're gonna do with it in the future. So if you haven't already subscribed, subscribe, like the video if you liked it, share it, and tune in for the next video, because I'll make more videos. This is only day 2, so I'll move on to future days. And I hope you guys liked the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.